Hello, Capricorn. It's EJ with EJ Star Tarot with your reading from September 24th through the 30th, 2018. And let's get started. You have the Five of Wands here. With the Five of Wands, there's some challenges going on, or maybe you feel unstable, maybe emotionally, financially, maybe with your job, maybe in a relationship. You don't find that it's stable enough. This also can mean competition. This also is saying that maybe you need to maybe think of a new or a different direction to go in, to overcome any obstacles, Yet, I still feel like even though you may be having some challenges or maybe feel like you do, it could be emotionally, it could be mentally. From what I'm seeing here, it could be emotionally for some of you. But what I'm getting is that no matter what it is, you're going to overcome these obstacles. And it's time just to sit down and evaluate a situation or a job or a relationship and figure out what direction you want to go in. You do have the Seven of Swords there, and you're wanting improvement. You're wanting harmony with this situation and whatever that situation may be. This is saying that you're going to have a partial loss or partial success in whatever decision that you make in the, whether you're going to move into a different direction or not. This is saying that no matter what, you're going to have that partial loss and partial success. And for some of you, it's somebody that is not being truthful. Someone who's not being truthful here, and that's a challenge for you. And maybe because it's hard to imagine that that person is that way or has been deceitful in some kind of way. It could be your job, could be a situation that you're in, or a relationship. You have the Ten of Wands, really feeling overwhelmed, feeling burdened, like you're carrying all the load in this situation. And it's just like slowly just crept up on you. It was like really slowly creeping up. I feel like there's a lot of, how do I want to say this? I feel like you're taking on too much, maybe emotionally, maybe even with a job. I feel like there's a lack of balance here, from what I'm seeing. I feel like for some of you, you were promised something with a job, but it didn't go that way. That job did not end up panning out what it said it was going to be, and you're kind of somewhat disappointed. And now you find yourself in this financial challenge because you need to find a job, but you, again, don't even want to be where you're at, is what I'm getting here. And this can be to any situation, really, Capricorn, because it's a general reading. It could be, a relationship, a friendship. It can be any type. But I'm reading what I'm seeing here. Okay, so you have the High Priestess in reverse. This is a lack of, spiritual connection, a lack of faith, shallowness, ignorance in some situation, and not even on your part. For say it's somebody that is just not being who isn't being fair with you, who's lying to you, and they're being ignorant about it because you know that they're lying to you. You want to call this person out, but at the same time, you're cautious. You're being cautious. You have the Knight of Cups here, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I'm getting that this situation has really got you really feeling in your, not emotional, I don't want to say, but really in your feelings, okay? Just really in your feelings and not knowing what direction to go in, because you're feeling like no matter what, you're still going to have a loss to this situation. You've been trying to get, through this situation, and you're just not seeing you're not seeing what direction you should go in. But the reason is because you're so overwhelmed emotionally, mentally, that you can't see it clearly. Let's see what clarifications we get. Capricorn. What else is Capricorn need to know? September 24th through September 30, 2018. Whatever the situation is, it's kind of like, you know, you want some improvement, and you see some potential in a situation, but at the same time, you don't want to be the one to carry all the burden, or you don't want to be the one that is, I feel like, always the one to suggest, or I don't want to say fight for the relationship or situation, but almost, because you still stand strong no matter what, Capricorn. No matter what the situation is, and won't matter what direction you're going, you still are going to have that partial success, and you still are going to stand strong. But at the moment, you're just kind of like at a, not at a loss, but only like at a point where you're like, I just need a break. I need a break. I need to see things clearly. I need to see people for who they are, and I need to make a decision. That is the message I have. Let me see if we can get some clarifications for you with these cards here. Or additional messages, I should say. What else is Capricorn? Okay, you have two cards that pop out. Okay, so you have expansion and create. Okay. And this is saying that, know that whatever you're putting out there, whatever area in your life, it's expanding. It can be an inner awakening, an inner growth. It could be family, home life, etc. Whatever situation is, you're expanding your knowledge. You're expanding your intake on it. And you're wanting to make that decision, as I said. But at this time, you're not seeing it clear. But it's saying that you're going to expand to another level, and it's saying to create, to utilize that, to create whatever it is that you're thinking about. Maybe for some of you, it's leaving this job that you thought was one thing and wasn't, and you want to go and create something for yourself. I know that if you do that, it will be expanded. It will, the expansion of that will be created to something that you want, is what you're looking for, is what I'm getting. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll talk next week.